Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, I was just meditating, upon this precept dealing with the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 3. All right, going into the day of thy power. All right, and especially the shock value, all right, that it's gonna have this world in. Okay, now when you think about let's say even going back to the time of Moses or going back to the time of Elijah, all right, or the various different prophets, all right, that were able to perform these spiritual acts, right? The Yahushai, the apostles. Now back then, it was spirituality, angels, because people saw angels. All right, people understood what the spiritual side of the world was like. Okay, so it was common to an extent, all right, for somebody to be able to perform these acts. As a matter of fact, that's why when Yahushai was performing those miracles, they thought he was one of the prophets coming back, because they knew, especially dealing with the prophets, all right, that they were men of the Lord and that they could perform, certain acts, all right, through spiritual power, such as calling down fire from heaven, healing, multiplying, manipulating the elements, so on and so forth. Now, even then, all right, having the knowledge that these things were possible and that they were done, people still marveled, okay, at the acts that were done, all right, by our forefathers. Okay, the acts that were done by the apostles, the acts that were done by Yahushai, all right, they still marveled, okay, and were in awe at these things that the Lord was doing through, all right, these men. All right, let's see. Okay, so, and in this time, how much more that, because now the world lacks that understanding of spirituality. Okay, in today's day and age, everything is artificial, everything is carnal, everything is, you need to see to believe, you need science, you need proof, you need all of this, you need to be able to explain it, or else it's not possible. All right, so when the Lord does, that's why the scripture is in here, which really it's starting referring to Yahushai, but it'll also apply to us, being that, Lord willing, we're of the elect. We're going to be made joint heirs with the Messiah. Okay, and even before that, the Lord is going to bless certain men, okay, with the ability to do these different acts. And like I said, now in this time where spirituality is at an all-time low and everything is carnal based, what level of shock value do you think people are going to be on to see something like that happen? All right, so I'm going to start off here with the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 3. And it says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning thou hast the dew of thy youth. Now, dealing with this first part, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, you got to understand that now when you tell people, when you speak about spiritual power, even though it's in the scriptures and we can show it to people, they still look at us as though we're crazy. They look at us like that's far-fetched. And even if it was real, that was in the past, and that's not possible. People, the average individual does not think about things like that, spiritual things. They don't think about spiritual power even existing. They don't think anything like that. Their mindset is focused on getting a good job, making money, and being able to sustain yourself. They don't think past that, but we think past that. We want to be able to do these things. We want to fly. We want to be able to heal and manipulate the elements. And, we want more to life than just the carnal things, more to life than just, having a nice apartment and a nice car. The human body, the mind, the Israelite is more to it than just what we're at right now. And we want that more that's to it. Okay, and Lord willing, the Lord will bless us with that. But people are going to go from looking at you crazy when you speak about power to actually, seeing it happen. And when you go into the word willing, it says voluntariness, all right, free will, voluntary offering, all right, because right now, even women, okay, they run around doing whatever the hell they want to do, people, just people in general. So now let's say the Lord puts a spirit on a brother to, heal somebody, bring somebody back from the dead, do these miracles, walk on the air. Think about that. Walk on the air. Just start flying, or just, actually turn, stone to bread, or something along those lines, or even in defense, when let's say they come after us, which they will, and there happens to be a camera around, and, people record it and they catch it. Now that's going to pretty much break the internet. To see something like that, regular average men who people thought we were crazy, and you brother's eyes just start glowing, you just see the aura, or you just feel the energy, and something happens. Okay, they're going to be willing in the day of thy power. Now, going into the time of Jacob's trouble, that power is going to be very, very necessary. It's going to be much needed, because Jacob's trouble is going to be disaster and chaos on a supernatural level. That's why it's going to be a time like never before. So you're going to need some form of supernatural protection to balance it out, to hold you through it. Okay, carnality alone you're not gonna survive Jacob's trouble through that. You're gonna need some form of divine help, divine providence, divine intervention. And when people see that you have that divine favor on your side, they're gonna be willing to do anything, so long as you can, they can get with you, for the benefits, all right, of protection and shelter and all these things that come with it. Okay. And the Lord is gonna confirm, all right, as a matter of fact, let me also hold that on deck, who his men are, and he's gonna do it the same way he did it in the past. Why? Because the scriptures tell you that the Lord changes not. So if the Lord confirmed who he was dealing with in the past, would he not do it again in this time? Because in the past you had magicians, sorcerers, and then you had the men of the Lord. But how did the Lord differentiate his men from everybody else? Well, look at, for example, the competition between Elijah and the prophets of Baal. Okay, the Lord used signs that were unexplainable to show, yeah, these are my men, and they were not lying this whole time. I am working with them, and yeah, I am real, by the way. So now let's go to the book of Mark, chapter 16. Verse 20, it says, and they went forth and preached everywhere, the Lord working with them and confirming the word with signs following. Amen. So let it be. See, and the Lord is working with us now. That's the reason that we're able to constantly go out there and prophesy, and we understand the scriptures, and we're able to break it down correctly. That is an example of the Lord working with us. But what the Lord is going to do is he's going to start to confirm even more, all right, the word with signs. Now, when exactly that is, well, we're going to have to wait and see. Okay, but we know that according to prophecy, that is a part of prophecy. Okay, and it is going to happen one way or another. And just you wait until Yahushua comes back and makes his return. At that point, even if you were maybe a brother that wasn't blessed with spiritual power, guess what? When Yahushua comes, we're all gonna have spiritual power. As a matter of fact, we're gonna be changed to God's, and that's gonna be innate. It's gonna be built into us to have spiritual power. It's gonna be like walking. Okay, and we're gonna be able to do all these things. We're gonna know how to use it. You're not gonna be flying. Oh, whoa! How does this? Whoa! Shoot! You fly into a building and break the whole building down? No. You're going to know exactly how to do it. Now let's go from here to the book of 2nd Esdras, because this is needed. This is very needed for the world for the Lord to get his recognition back in the earth. And There's a reason the Lord is, he hasn't done anything drastic, okay? And I mean like sudden drastic yet, because there's a time for everything. And there's still certain things that need to take place, things that we might not even, see specifically, but the Lord knows why, that need to take place before he fully unleashes and opens those gates. Because right now, people can see spirituality. People can see amongst those whose eyes are open. They can see like, yo, this is more spiritual, all right, than we thought. This is more spiritual than just holding the Bible and reading out of it. There's something more to this. And when the Lord makes it manifest in the physical, then everybody else is gonna see, yeah, this is crazy. This is out of our league. Okay, so let's go to the book of 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 68, and it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols." All right, and the burning wrath of a great multitude, guess what? Pursuant to Revelation 12:12, that's this devil getting ready to come down, all right, with a great multitude, with their armies and their troops, and they will take away certain of us. Certain of us are going to be able to escape, but pursuant to Revelation 2:10, it says they shall cast some of us into prison. Okay, and we shall be tried. Be thou faithful unto death, and the Lord is going to give you a crown of life. And in them concentration camps, you are going to be idle. You're not. Where you going to be at? That's why it's called a concentration camp. It's a concentrated amount of people in a pretty much a small area. Okay. And they might as well offer you the chip. They're gonna offer you the abominable foods. Okay. They're gonna do all these things in there, but that's a part of the trying that you're gonna be tried in there. Verse 69, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot," because you're going to have certain people that are going to be taken in there, and they're not going to pass the trial. They're not going to be faithful unto death, and they will consent. They will eat those things offered unto idols, and if they're offered the chip, they will take it so that they can be released, or they can be good. But what's going to happen to you? You're going to be had in derision and in reproach, okay? Both of the men of the Lord and Esau and the Most High and the angels, and you will be trodden underfoot. Because that's an example of when the Lord said, "He that shall seek to save his life shall lose it." Because you're thinking by consenting unto them that you're going to be able to save your life, but no, you're going to lose it. Verse 70, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." All right, that's why they're going to take away certain of us, because there's going to be an insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. But when you look throughout the scriptures, there's many accounts of situations like this, where there was it looked like an unbeatable situation, where the odds were stacked against us, against those that fear the Lord. Verse 71, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord." Verse 72, "For they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses." This is prophecy, and this is about to happen. Okay, the Lord said that these all not one jot or tittle shall pass till all be fulfilled. So these prophecies are also going to be fulfilled. Verse 73, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." Okay, so in that time, it's going to be known who the Lord's chosen are, and people will be willing in that time. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is not going to sit back and allow Esau to trample over the only people on the whole planet that have been faithful to him, and that actually believe in him, and that have put their trust in him. Because if he was to do that, then who else would be here to serve the Lord? Everybody else, they don't even recognize him. They don't praise him. The scriptures say that on their part he is evil spoken of, but on our part he is glorified. So if the Lord was to allow the devil to have his way with us, who would glorify him? It would be like what Moses was telling the Lord back in Exodus, I believe 32, that it's going to be like, well, you basically, those that called upon you, you just allow them to get destroyed. Okay, and that would be going against what the scriptures say about the Lord. All right, whoever trusted in the Lord, whoever perished, trusted in the Lord, or where were the righteous, cut off. It says, all they that put their trust in the Lord will be delivered. So that would make the Lord a liar if he was to let us get destroyed, if he was to not intervene, if he was to not deliver us from the times to come. And the deliverance is going to be so great that it's going to it's going to literally flip the tables, and the hunter is going to become the hunted. All right, and vice versa. Okay, they're going to come after us, but the Lord is going to, the standard is going to be so great that they're going to become the ones who are going to begin chased. Okay, verse 74, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. And so that shows you it's going to have to be a supernatural deliverance, because the days of trouble are going to be some supernatural trouble. All right, levels that the natural cannot, defend against. Okay, it says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide, and the guide to them who keep my commandments and precepts. And are we not doing that to the best of our ability? Saith the Lord power, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Okay, so the Lord says here that we shouldn't, doubt or be afraid. So when that time comes, it's literally like a trigger, and these things have to happen in the order that the Lord has set them in before certain things can happen. It's sort of like having a prerequisite before another thing can kick off. Okay, so we're waiting on that, watching these signs, and measuring the times diligently, as it says in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. Okay, we're measuring the times diligently, looking at these prophecies, watching, and we can see it getting closer and closer and closer. These devils are inching closer and closer and closer to 2nd Ezra 16 and 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Okay, they're inching closer and closer and closer, but be not afraid. Because as Elisha told his servant, his understudy, or his servant, they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Okay, so we have nothing to fear. All right, but we really do have something to be excited about, because we will witness spiritual power on the earth, and it'll be on our behalf. Okay, so that's something to look forward to. When you think about the destruction and the persecution and them coming after us, think of spiritual power. Okay, think of these things, because the Lord did say he would defend us when that happens. All right, and that would be a need. It would be a necessity in that time, however it comes. But we know that it'll come at a time when it is needed, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has appointed everything in his power to know and to do. Okay, so with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying and exhorting unto the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakah Kudash. Until next time, Shalom.